Hi everyone, I am Kelsey, and today we are here with Kevin, and we are doing another business bite. So I'm excited to have Kevin here. He is with Nicor Gas, and we are going to be talking about energy efficiency and economic development within the company. So thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me, Kelsey. Really excited to be here today.
Yeah, so we will be sharing exciting updates about the company's energy efficiency and bill payment assistance programs, sustainability initiatives, and discussing natural gas's foundational role in economic activity and development in Illinois. I actually don't even think I would have ever thought economic development within natural gas, but it was very interesting kind of prepping for this and learning a little bit more about that. So tell us more about you and Nicor.
Oh, well, thank you, Kelsey. Really appreciate you having us today. My name's Kevin Gonzala with Nicor Gas, and I'm in our Community Affairs Department. So my role really is to serve as a liaison for all of our municipal partners, mayors, public works directors, also our emergency responders, and then also a little bit more of a focus over the last several years on our chamber and economic development partners and other community organizations like nonprofits and other partners that serve our communities.
Nice. So more the business side of things and versus like the home, and I mean you probably still dabble a little bit, but more of that side of stuff.
Absolutely.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. Well, okay, so now that we know a little bit more about you and Nicor, we're going to be talking a little bit about those topics today. So, the company partners with state, regional, local economic development organizations to attract and retain businesses. So, like I'd mentioned, I didn't realize like that was kind of a thing. Can you like talk a little bit about how does that work? How does working with economic development kind of, partner with Nicor?
Absolutely. Well, one of the big trends we're seeing now across the state is a large growing demand for reliable energy.
Yeah.
Whether it be the data centers that are fueling the AI race, food and agriculture manufacturing, electric vehicle manufacturing, all of these very large businesses or mega site projects, as we often call them, rely heavily on reliable and affordable energy in order to run their operations. So we are seeing just a large increase in the amount of demand and the amount of energy demand coming to the state, where a lot of these businesses are evaluating potential sites. And one of the first questions they're asking is, how much electricity can I get here? How much natural gas can I get here?
Got it.
And how fast will I be able to get it?
So do you work really closely with like the electric side of things too? Because I mean, I know that when I had a studio, it was all electric heating, and that was the first time I'd ever even heard of that, and I didn't have any gas at my place, and so it was very interesting. But I almost think I would rather have gas. But do you guys feel that these, like, what do you call them, mega centers or mega?
Oh yes, the mega sites.
Mega sites, like, do you find that they use a lot more electricity versus gas, or is it pretty much both?
That's a great question, and we certainly appreciate your interest and love for natural gas as well. I'm also a big fan for the natural gas heat and cooking.
They didn't pay me to say that, I promise.
Absolutely not. And I would certainly say that we do work some with our partners with the electric utilities in terms of our infrastructure planning. And actually, natural gas is starting to be seen and utilized as a big speed to power and alternative fuel source for electrical generation on site.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of times with these megasite projects, if there's not quite enough electricity load and availability with the existing infrastructure, they can actually use natural gas to generate electricity on site so that they can get their operations up and running before there might be necessary electrical infrastructure upgrades, using natural gas as an affordable way to generate that additional electricity.
Oh, that's good to know. So this episode explores how Nicor Gas is translating successful neighborhood-level pilots into durable utility practices. I had to practice that one for whatever reason. Working with regulatory constraints, honoring customers' choice, and responding to the real energy realities of Illinois. So tell us a little bit more about that before we get into the meat of all of this.
Definitely. Well, we have a lot of exciting community-specific programs and projects going on right now. One of the most exciting is that we have our energy efficiency team working on grocery and resource fairs throughout our service territory.
Oh.
And this is where we will target certain communities that where we're seeing a need in terms of food insecurity or
Okay.
other basic needs. And we will have community and resource fairs where we will go and partner with some of our nonprofit agencies and other organizations like Top Box to actually bring fresh groceries, so families in our service territory can come and pick up about a week's worth of groceries totally free. And then while they're there, they'll be able to learn about other community organizations we work with, like Salvation Army, the American Red Cross, and others that we find locally in those areas.
I saw you do something. We're going to talk a little bit about how you do stuff with Habitat for Humanity too. So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And,
Awesome.
And so wanting to just kind of spread that, and then while we're there, we can also promote our energy efficiency programs and offerings, and also bill payment assistance for those customers as well.
Yeah, and that's what's really nice. It's something I didn't really know too much about until I became a homeowner, is that they actually have some affordability plans out there for people. And so I think, when you look at your bill and you're like, oh my God, that's how much I'm paying. But I mean, when it's all said and done, there's reasons why things cost money, right? As small business owners or businesses in general, we talk about this as we pick our prices for a reason. And there's obviously a reason why prices are the way they are. So, well, that's exciting to hear. So, what trends are you seeing in projects coming up to the region, and what are driving these trends, do you think?
We're really seeing a really large surge, as I had mentioned, in the energy demand. A lot of it from AI, some even from quantum computing sites that are coming to Illinois.
Oh.
Data centers, again, the food and agricultural processing and manufacturing. And a lot of these advanced industries are just requiring a lot of energy. But fortunately, our state is very attractive to these kinds of businesses because we do have the strong logistics network, skilled workforce, and we're also pretty blessed with a lot of natural resources that are beneficial to businesses too. So we're wanting to really do our part in making sure that we provide that reliable and affordable energy to help attract those businesses and give them what they need to be successful here.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So what do these industries require from an energy standpoint? Are there like any challenges with that or anything?
Yes, definitely. And these projects require often large, very continuous energy loads with high reliability. And oftentimes they do run into infrastructure constraints. So especially if there's maybe electrical or water constraints, they can often evaluate natural gas as a way to bring that alternative or fill that gap as well. We're really addressing a lot of these by emphasizing the reliability of the gas network and continuing to modernize our infrastructure, both for reliability from a reliability perspective to keep our system running well now and into the future, and also exploring a lot of new and innovative sustainability measures in terms of how we build our infrastructure, some of our construction methods, and some of our actual energy sources, or how we're sourcing the natural gas.
Oh, okay. See, and these are all things that I would know nothing about, and it's very interesting, and that's why we do these business bites, because there's so much knowledge out there that, you hear Nicor, you see them out maybe as an exhibit, and you might walk past their booth or something, not saying they do, but we do sometimes with even like, chiropractors and things like that. But what's nice is having these in-depth conversations really get you an idea of understanding how natural gas helps us and what they're actually thinking about beyond just giving us gas, right? Like being energy efficient. I actually didn't even think about that at all, about like the food and agriculture side of stuff. I mean, I guess everybody needs gas to make things work, right? And so that's really interesting to know that, especially because we have a lot of farmlands and things like that out here.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of times as a homeowner, we think of using our gas for things like heating and cooking, our clothes dryer, but a lot of businesses are using that gas in very high volumes in order to actually run their processing equipment in their business.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's quite amazing the diversity you see in the use of gas, and definitely the volume and load required.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys had to pivot a little bit with AI data centers and things like that are coming out of, left field, that are very new, to pivot to think about how usage happens and how much you guys actually have to be involved with that. Just like, everybody has to pivot when something changes within their business. I'm sure that was a big one because those are centers that really take a lot of energy, correct?
Oh, they certainly do. And it's, I would say, in a lot of ways, we're helping to fuel the AI race, so to speak, by being able to provide that energy while also starting to utilize AI ourselves as a company from a safety trend perspective and in so many other ways. But those data centers, they really do use a lot of energy. In fact, there are some data centers that use almost as much energy, if not more, than a small, medium, or even large-sized town, depending on how large they are.
Yeah.
So we're certainly seeing the impact of that throughout our service footprint in terms of the electric utilities preparing for that, and also how we're able to provide the natural gas and how we want to plan our system so that we can deliver that for our customers or help them come up with other alternatives depending on what their needs might be.
Okay. And now, obviously, I'm sure this is going off on a tangent, but you have to obviously build certain things to bring natural gas, right? Like, it's not just something that just magically appears, right? So it's even thinking about the build out of how you're bringing natural gas to all of these new places and bigger businesses.
Oh, absolutely. And we're a little bit different than our friends at the electric utilities in that our system is connected to about 8 interstate natural gas pipelines. So we are essentially acquiring our gas from those 8 interstate pipeline companies in order to deliver it to our customers throughout our distribution system.
Okay.
And we are also blessed here in Illinois to have really what are essentially unique underground rock formations that enable us to store natural gas underground.
Oh,
so
that's interesting.
Oh, absolutely. This is something even a lot of people that who work in the gas industry aren't too familiar with.
Yeah.
But we actually are able to store gas not in underground containers, but in underground porous rock formations that have cap rock that essentially keeps the gas from leaking out.
Okay.
So we inject that gas usually in the summer months when gas is a lot more affordable, and then we store it, and when the winter time comes, we get oftentimes about half of our natural gas from storage and are able to really preserve those lower prices for our customers rather than having to buy it on that much more on the market when the prices increase. And so it does help from a pricing perspective, but even more importantly from a reliability perspective when we have those polar vortex days. It's very important to have that reliable gas underground that we're able to draw from. So whether it be our 8 interstate pipelines or those 8 underground aquifer storage systems, that's kind of where the gas is typically coming from each day.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. I love knowledge. I feel like I'm excited to share that with people. My brother John would love that. But that's actually really cool and like good to know because I mean we had a really cold winter this year. I feel like it was kind of crazy, and so that's important to know that they do think about how we can make this more affordable and how we can keep our businesses running smoothly and comfortably for our customers. So. I don't know if I jumped ahead, I'm sorry, but what is Nicor Gas doing to prepare for the future of energy?
Well, that's certainly a big question that we're always discussing, especially nowadays at Nicor Gas. A lot of our natural gas distribution system, like many gas companies, was installed back in the 1950s and 60s. So one thing that we're really prioritizing is our infrastructure modernization, and that includes a lot of replacing aging infrastructure and making sure that it's modernized and really the most state-of-the-art material, both for safety and reliability to make sure that it runs well now and into the future. So just like you might replace a car or a refrigerator that's older, maybe older materials, we're replacing a lot of that infrastructure. Back in the 50s and 60s when a lot of this was first installed, the state-of-the-art material was typically bare steel.
Okay.
And nowadays we're actually leveraging material called polyethylene or a special kind of plastic.
I've heard of that.
Oh, excellent.
I know that word.
Most people have not.
I know that word.
So a lot of our infrastructure that we have now in the plastic for your distribution main, but for our larger transmission or higher pressure main, that'll typically still be steel, but now we're installing a lot of a new special coating over the steel or steel that is coated, which essentially protects it underground and keeps those passive leaks from happening. because from an environmental perspective, gas is a clean burning fuel. The problem that we have with emissions is typically if the gas is leaking from the system prematurely. So by modernizing our aging infrastructure, we are preventing those unnecessary emissions. So that not only helps us from a safety perspective, but also from a sustainability and environmental perspective by preventing those unnecessary emissions.
So you might not know this, and if you do, I'm awesome. But what's like the average, like a homeowner, a business should really be looking at like their own infrastructure to make sure that it's staying up to date, so they don't have to worry about like gas leaks or having problems like that?
That's an excellent question, and I would say we really try to think about both sides of the meter. So, of course, all of the infrastructure leading up to the customer's meter is the property and responsibility of Nicor Gas. So we are constantly inspecting and modernizing that infrastructure, but we also try to encourage our customers and empower them to do the same with their appliances and gas infrastructure. So I always encourage customers that every so often it's a great idea to have a certified HVAC technician or contractor take a look at your inside piping and your appliances, whether that be the connector cables, or excuse me, the connector on your dryer and different appliances, and also your inside piping. But we're also always encouraging customers to utilize even more efficient appliances. So we offer extensive rebates and financial incentives for customers that invest in high efficiency equipment like a high efficiency furnace, boiler, smart thermostat, and several others too, so that we can help eliminate that financial burden and help our customers save money as well.
And now, is that something you can find right from the website, like the rebates and things like that?
Absolutely. We have all of our all of our rebates online on our website, and customers can actually apply directly online. Or if they work with one of our Contractor Circle members, those contractors are certified to be able to give that rebate as an instant discount from the invoice.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I actually had to call. I thought I had a gas leak once, and that was scary. And I didn't know what to do, actually. I thought to myself, I called my mom first. And I was like, she's like, call the fire department. I'm like, oh my God, are they going to charge me for this? And they didn't at all, which good to know for you guys that if you're too scared to call, just call. But I'm glad I did, because, and then once I had my carbon monoxide detector went off, and was told when I called Nicor, they were like, look into getting a more efficient carbon monoxide reader, because sometimes these older models are the ones that maybe were in the house when you bought it, were really old school, and they can just kind of randomly go off sometimes. So, it's really thinking about how, we all talk about how our refrigerator from the 1900s has lasted us 30 years, but honestly, it probably isn't as efficient as what these new appliances have, which is why it's great to maybe upgrade. So this is also in your ad to upgrade your equipment.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And thank you for mentioning that about calling. For any customers who may be watching and have ever experienced, whether you smell gas or think you may smell gas, it is always free to call Nicor Gas 24/7 for us to come out and make sure that there is no leak, or resolve and make sure it is safe. If you do have one, you can give us a call at 888-NICOR4U at any time, and we will send somebody out to make sure that it's safe and ensure that you can make any necessary repairs, or that we do, so that you can have that leak eliminated. So thank you for mentioning that. And we always recommend customers go outside and maybe call from a neighbor's house or somewhere nearby, and just keep yourself safe. And we are typically pretty quick to respond in those situations.
It's always at 3 a.m. though, right? And
absolutely,
got to try to get both of the dogs out of the house at the same time. But I'm glad I found that out. That was, as a new homeowner at the time, people don't really tell you that stuff. So it's really good to have that knowledge, because I felt safe. So that's great. So is natural gas a more affordable energy choice?
Yes, it certainly is. So natural gas is about 3.5 times more affordable than electricity, and we project that it will continue to remain significantly more affordable for at least the next 30 years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We certainly believe in an all-of-the-above energy portfolio and a diverse energy mix, where customers have the choice to use which sources of energy for which purposes they think is best, and we think that that's ultimately the more financially sustainable, but also the most environmentally sustainable when you look at the big picture.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I think about electric and just, some scariness of that. And, we've got a lot of people who are doing solar panels and things like that to draw energy. And so having to think about this, just with the world we live in and how we're going, it's important to I'm glad to have you in this conversation because I think it's just great to know, right? It's just good knowledge to have. All right, so let's talk a little bit about your smart neighborhood. So Nicor Gas Smart Neighborhood, developed in collaboration with Habitat for Humanity, highlights the importance of cross-sector collaborations. So we work with Habitat for Humanity. They're one of our chamber members, the local one. So, talk a little bit about the smart neighborhood. What is this?
Oh, well, thank you. And the smart neighborhood is one of the most exciting projects, in my opinion, that we have going on right now. And I may be a little bit partial because it's in my service territory or in my region that I cover for my position. But the Smart Neighborhood, like you mentioned, is a partnership with the Habitat for Humanity, where we are working with them to construct an entire neighborhood of affordable, essentially net zero homes that utilize an all-of-the-above energy approach, so electricity, natural gas, solar, and plenty of really the state-of-the-art appliances and equipment to demonstrate how an all-of-the-above energy approach is going to be financially stable for customers, especially someone who may be experiencing financial challenges. And the really cool thing about this home is we're leveraging it also as a research project where we'll be able to demonstrate the advantage of this approach for
that's awesome.
Future neighborhoods and future developments.
Nice. And is that right now just in one specific area that you guys are working on this, obviously in the development stages?
Yes, right now we are currently constructing the first one in Aurora, and we do have the show home and a few fully ready and several of the other homes under construction now. And then we have a second one planned for the city of Carpentersville.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm not quite sure when that one will be starting construction, but we hope that one will be in the near future to follow. So that'll be exciting too.
So maybe that's where we're all going, which I like saving money. So whatever's gonna help with that. So what are some other ways Nicor Gas can help customers with their energy bill?
I would say we know that a lot of our customers and residents all throughout Illinois and the country are facing the results of inflation and rising costs, and nobody likes to see prices increasing on anything. So we certainly understand that customers are facing those challenges. Nicor Gas really works with a lot of fantastic organizations and also some of our own funding and programs to be able to provide grants and energy assistance to our customers. So last year we applied about $51 million in grants for customer bills and about $20 million in incentives through our energy efficiency program, which helps to reduce that financial burden as well. But one of the more exciting approaches that we've had recently in how we promote those programs is we noticed that there was a lot of overlap in our customers that benefited from energy assistance or bill payment assistance programs and the customers that benefited most from our energy efficiency offerings. So we created a new team called the Community Connection Center, or C3 as we
C3, I
often
like that.
call it.
It's kind of Star Trek-y.
Oh, absolutely.
Or not Star Trek, but yeah, go on.
We're a big fan of acronyms. So, but with C3, we have essentially a dedicated team or a concierge group that is extremely knowledgeable on both the energy efficiency and the energy assistance side. And not only will be able to provide information to our customers custom to their needs on energy efficiency and the bill payment assistance offerings, but also works with a lot of our community partners on non-natural gas related things like basic needs, perhaps shelter, food, and things like that people may be struggling with.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned that earlier about free groceries. So I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Oh, definitely. And we're noticing just a bigger need now more than it has been in a long time. So this team really does a fantastic job in reaching out to customers that contact them, finding out exactly what their needs are, what programs they may qualify for, and then actually helps directly connect them with a lot of our fantastic community partners like Habitat for Humanity, the Salvation Army, United Way, and helps kind of put them in touch with the local resources and agencies that may be able to help them with those needs too.
I love that. I love that. So look at that, you guys. This is community people here, okay? So, well, that's awesome. Honestly, this was really informative, and we make a little script before beforehand, and I was like, "Ooh, I wonder what I'm going to learn today." So that was actually great. So thank you again for being here and answering a lot of questions. I'm sure we could dive deep into way more than what we just did. So if you ever want to learn more, you can reach out. Can they reach out to you? How can they contact you directly?
Oh, certainly. I can definitely provide my direct contact information, and then also our customer service phone number, and the team there is able to connect our customers to just about any department throughout Nicor Gas, including energy efficiency or energy assistance too. That number is the same that you would call if you did have a natural gas leak or suspected a leak, and that is the 888 Nicor for you phone number. And our customers and business partners are also welcome to reach out to me at my email address. My email is kgadzala@southernco.com, and that's Southern like the direction and co.com.
Love it, love it. All right, so my one bite takeaway for you guys today: Nicor Gas is not just an energy provider, but it is an enabler for business expansion, investment readiness, and community growth. So scaling energy affordability solutions requires meeting communities where they are and respecting regional infrastructure realities. So that's awesome. So, well, thank you again for being here. And again, if you guys want to learn more, definitely hit him up or contact them at Nicor and learn more.
Thank you so much, Kelsey. Thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it and look forward to collaborating again soon.
Yeah, perfect.